Welcome back to another tattoo vlog. I'm so excited. These are literally my favorite to do, and I feel like they're also your favorite. Today I'm going to get a very fun tattoo. It has something to do with my childhood. I have been a particular big fan of this film in my childhood, so we're gonna get a little tattoo for that, so stay tuned for what that's gonna be. But obviously, first things first, we're gonna have to get an iced coffee. Lately, I have been absolutely addicted and a slave to the Whole Foods. Their brown butter cookie latte. I can literally dream about it. It's just so good. I'm obsessed. I can't. I'm so addicted to it. I have totally neglected my Nespresso machine. They don't sell the tiramisu lattes anymore at Foxtrot, so now I'm just going to Whole Foods. So let's go get one. I drink coffee a lot earlier than I did today because it's now 11:40, so I definitely was craving it so bad. If you have a Whole Foods near you that has a coffee bar, I would highly recommend checking this out because it's also only $4.81 for a large one. It's 4 espresso shots, and honestly, it's so much better than Starbucks. It's so much cheaper, and you get more. Just like the lady that works there is so freaking sweet. Like, she knows me now because I come here nearly almost every single morning over the last few weeks. I know I have a problem. But she's just so sweet. She knows immediately what I want, and you know, she knows my name, and we always chit chat. Like, I just came back from New York, and she immediately, like, when I got back from New York, she was like, hey, how was New York? Like, it's just so nice. Like, small things matter. Like, people tend to forget that now that everyone lives on their phones and lives online, how important human connection really is. And it is so important, especially the little things. Like, the little things make up the big things, and I think that we live in a time that we kind of forget that, you know. And it just, like, always brightens my day, even though it's such a small thing, you know. I'm excited about this tattoo because it is definitely something really weird. You're probably either gonna hate it or you're gonna love it. Like, I don't really think there's an in-between because you either get it or you don't. So let's go get it. Comment the other day on one of my tattoo vlogs saying that there's, like, too much talking basically, and not enough tattooing, which I understand. Like, I know that, like, in the last few vlogs I did not film a lot of the tattooing part, and a lot more of the personal part, like me talking in the car like we are now. But I wanted to talk about that because obviously I would love to film a lot more getting tattooed, but because I'm not the only one in the shop, it is not up to me. Like, basically, like, I'm sure if I would ask, it would be fine, but I don't want to put people in an uncomfortable position just because I want to film this. And that just, like, I don't want people to feel uncomfortable because I want to film, and people are working. Like, it's their day-to-day job there, and don't want to be, like, on camera whenever it's talking, if it's, like, you know. So I don't know, I respect people's privacy, and I don't film too much of it. I can probably film a little bit longer of the tattoo part. I just didn't know if that was something you guys were into, or that it's kind of like boring to watch, just getting the line work done and whatnot. But I will try to film a little bit more today, so that you have a little bit more of the aspect of getting the tattoo, instead of me just talking in the car like I'm doing right now. Also, very big things are happening right now. So I have been working on my company, Rebel June, since last year. For a year I've been working on this, and it will hopefully launch in November. I don't have an exact date yet, but it will launch soon, and I'm really nervous, but I'm also really proud of what it is becoming, and I believe in the product so much. I think if you love tattoos, that you will absolutely love this product, and I cannot wait till I'm allowed to share a little bit more, and we will share more and more about it closer to launch for sure. But yeah, we will definitely share more and more closer to launch, and I cannot wait. I've been working so hard on this, and I created this product literally from scratch. I've never done anything like this in my whole life. Like, I've never in my whole life created a product from scratch, just simply because I had the need and it didn't exist. So I created it because it didn't freaking exist, and that's why it took so long to create and to get it all right and perfect, just the way I wanted it to be. But I cannot wait to share more. I love it. I use it every single day, and yeah, I cannot wait to show you guys, and I will definitely show you as soon as I can. And I know that this is probably a super annoying thing that so many like people on the internet always say, like, oh, I can't wait to share, but it's just like, when you're working on a company on the skill that I've been working on it right now for the past year, it's just like, you just cannot give away too much and share too much, you know, because there's just so much involved in it. And so yeah. So before I go in, I'm gonna put this on. So I have been obsessed with this. It's Luxe Unfiltered, their smoothing lip tint. They just came out with it like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I brought it on my trip. I bring it everywhere. I am obsessed. It's seriously so smooth. It's the color Paloma. There's 3 colors I think they have, but this definitely, like, doesn't it look good? Let me go inside. I actually brought Jill some Liquidets. I make everyone addicted because I'm addicted to Liquidets. So I brought her a couple cases, so I'm bringing that inside. So I already had seen the design the night before, but sometimes I don't know it until I actually get the tattoo done. But we were placing the stem, so I decided to do it on my left thigh next to a rose we recently did. And it's quite a big one for me because, as you probably know, I tend to go for a bit smaller tattoos, but the placement was perfect. I loved it, so let's go. I also hands down absolutely love using numbing cream. I've been doing that for over a year now, I believe, and it's just so nice to be able to still do useful things the rest of the day, because usually if I get tattooed and I don't have numbing cream, I just get so exhausted after that only the thing what I want to do is eat fast food and sleep. So using numbing cream is so chill because I can literally still do all my meetings and do all these things afterwards that I usually normally would really drain me getting tattooed. So Zensa is also the only numbing cream that has ever worked for me. That's why I swear by it, and that's why I always talk about it. And I know that the sound of the tattoo machine is so satisfying, but because there was music playing, I couldn't put the sound on because that would be like copyright issues with YouTube. But yeah, it took about 2 hours, I would say, to finish it because it was pretty detailed and pretty big. And we also just love to chit chat, so it's just a really good time getting tattooed. And here we're finishing up the last few lines before heading to the most satisfying part, which is the wiping. And wiping is usually the worst part if you don't use any numbing, but because I used numbing, I couldn't feel anything. So it was really satisfying just to watch it getting cleaned before we finished up with doing all the shading. We took a short break. This way she could do a consult with another client, which is totally fine with me, and I could like eat a little snack. I love these Go Mako bars. They're my favorite. And you probably wonder by now, like, am I getting tattooed? Like, what is the backstory? Well, let me tell you. Shrek has always been a huge part of my childhood. I remember saving up my money and buying Shrek on videotape, and it's always been one of my favorite movies that just makes me feel so, I don't know, it's just so nostalgic. But I didn't necessarily want a Shrek tattoo of Shrek himself because, let's be real, ogres are not the prettiest, they're not the cutest either. So after thinking for a while and rewatching the movie, I came to the idea of doing his swamp house, and it's so adorable. And once I came up with the idea, I immediately texted Jill and I was like, let's do Shrek's swamp house. And she loved the idea because obviously it looks similar to a little Hobbit house, which is also cute, but I am not a Hobbit fan. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan. Sorry if you're offended by this, but Shrek swamp house it is. And here's the result. I'm so excited. And then also, if you know me, I never leave with just one tattoo. That's not what I do. So I had to get another little something, which is from a song that I really love by Fleetwood Mac, which is called Gypsy. So I got maybe once, maybe twice tattooed. This area I did not numb, but it's so quick, it's so small that, you know, it's not really an issue at all. Like, it's more like that I love using the numbing for really long tattoos because that's what makes me so tired. So I am finally home after getting tattooed. I actually had this day planned super tightly, so I had a really long meeting right after getting tattooed that I had to take from my car. So I just spent the last 1.5 hours in my car. Now I'm getting ready to have therapy in it a little bit, so I just wanted to close off the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed. I will definitely share my tattoos once they're healed. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you're gonna get tattooed soon, what you're gonna get tattooed, and see you next.